Good morning, friends. Happy Saturday. Happy July 4th. If you jump on live with me, then I'm so excited to touch base and I can answer your questions in person. And if not, then you'll catch the replay. And I'm sorry, we've had all kinds of technical difficulty this morning trying to get it on our Made for More live um, and just not being able to do what we need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to talk content planning for an entire week in 1 hour. And so, what I want you to do is go get a notebook, grab pen and paper, and come back ready to work because we are going to watch a really, really short video. This is where I got the idea from and how I have kind of mashed it together with some additional information that is specific um, to our business and our industry and what we do, but also just content planning in general. So I'm going to share my screen with you and I'm going to show you a video from a business coach that I found on Instagram. Her name is Jasmine Starr. She is phenomenal. She started out as a photographer. Now she's into business coaching and content planning, and she's just amazing. I actually saw this recording that I think it's like 7 minutes. I initially saw this on an IGTV on her Instagram account, but I found it on Facebook as well. So or maybe just on her website. So we're going to watch it together, and then we're going to actually utilize that and do our own content planning calendar for the week. You could use this for a month. If you have, as much time as you have to put into this, you can do weeks and weeks and weeks of planning in a very short amount of time. So let me just go ahead and share my screen and we'll jump right in. Okay, so
I'm going to be real with you. We all struggle writing captions on social media. Totally get it. Now, you might hear us talk about categories quite a bit when it comes to creating content on the inside of the Social Curator community. If you're not familiar with it, here's a breakdown. We recommend that you come up with 9 to 12 categories to talk about your business without having to sell your business. So this quick video is going to walk you through how to save time. It's going to teach you how to talk about your business without having to sell your business. And thirdly, hang on. Before we actually get to the third point that I'm going to get to you, I want you to let me know how long does it take for you to write a caption for social media. Leave it right here in the comments, because when we get to the bottom or the end of this video, I'm going to walk you through how you're going to minimize that time. The third thing you're going to walk away from this video is having a clear-cut strategy as to how and why you're writing your captions. Okay, like I mentioned, we suggest 9 to 12 categories, but to keep it simple, Social Curator categories are the same every month. Remember, these are to be used as kind of like a guide or a reference point that you can modify them so that they best fit like your business, your personality. These are fully customizable to you. The 7 categories in Social Curator are: number 1, about me; number 2, like a behind the scenes or tutorial; number 3, my why; number 4 is personal insight; number 5 is like inspiration or a motivational post; number 6 are the benefits; and number 7 are to showcase your product or service. So the reason why we have categories is to save you time. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw a really awful visual, but this grid is going to prove how much time you're going to save. So what I'm creating now is just a grid. And at the top of the grid, I am going to include my 7 categories. So here you'll see me write about me. Then I'll have a category for what I say BTS, which is behind the scenes. I'll also be listing up top an inspirational post, and I will be doing this for all 7 categories at the top of my page. Then I will create sections for each of them. Now, what we're going to have up at the top all the way across are our categories. And now we're going to get into photographic output. I don't know why my videographer's talking trash. Listen, I can draw better than this. Okay, I'm a homeschooler. We can draw. I was just doing it quickly to prove a point. Okay, so the way that I think about saving time is: number 1, I think about the caption template. Number 2, I think about the category that I'm going to use. And number 3, I'm going to think about the photo topic. Now remember, there are no right and wrong for these types of topics, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to tell you my photo topics so that you can see them play out on Instagram and then mold them just for yourself. So my 7 photo topics: coffee, my husband and business partner, JD, our dog, Polo, me as a business owner, like I'm speaking, I'm teaching. I also include geographic things that are related to me in California, palm trees, Newport Beach, stuff like that. I'm also a big fan of using empowering quotes. And I also have a photo topic of me as a photographer. So this is like my camera, this is me out shooting, this is me speaking to other photographers. And that's what I'm going to draw on my grid. Shut up! I'm in my artistic zone. I'm just kidding. Okay, cool. So now let's take a look at this grid. What I have are my categories, 7 categories up top, and I have my 7 photo topics along the side. Anywhere on this grid, when we talk about the social creator caption templates, if the category for that day is my why, now all I have to do is pick how am I going to talk about my why according to my 7 topics. My why when I talk about coffee. Why do I drink coffee? Productivity. Duh. When I'm talking about a caption template and it gives me a why, well, then I can modify and talk about JD. Let's not go there. I married out of my league. If I could bronze him and put him on top of my mantle, I would. Last example, my why. I talk about Polo, my dog. People will say, Jasmine, what does your dog have to do about your business? I can say that when I started my business, I was alone, I was afraid, and I worked by myself a lot of the time. I got my dog, and he's become a permanent fixture, as jokingly early on, a coworker, and now he is somebody who sits by me. He's somebody that reminds me to go out on a walk and enjoy life. He's the person that on my worst days will cuddle up underneath my feet and remind me that the entrepreneur journey is worth it all. That, my friends, isn't just talking about my dog. That, my friends, is giving insight into my business by way of my dog. Okay, so now let's tie this all together. We have 7 caption categories, and we have 7 photo topics that our audience can expect to see from us. This creates consistency. This helps shape our grid. Now remember, when we talk about consistency and predictability, these things build trust. And what does trust build? Trust builds a brand. Now, as an actionable tip for you planning your social media content with these captions and photos, a member by the name of Lynette, the Inside a Social Curator, she's the one that really broke down this idea for us. So I want to give her a shout out. Now, she does it a little bit different. She labels her categories 1 through 7, and she labels her topics A through G. But Lynette has her system, I modified my system, and maybe you can come up with your own system for your organization. Maybe, just maybe, you can ditch the whole system and make one that's entirely your own. That is what we do on the Inside of Social Curator. We teach, then you modify once you're inspired to do so.
Okay, so while she was talking, I did my categories. So what you can see is that this is the content. There we go. This is the content I'm going to be speaking about, and these are the pictures that I'm going to be using to talk about that thing. So in the About Me category, I can talk about how I have loved the beach since I was a kid, how I felt connected. I just feel like you can see something bigger than yourself when you're at the beach. I love the ocean. I love the sand. I love the salt. I can tell you about me with pictures of the beach. I can tell you about me through pictures of my family and my kids. I can tell you about me through pictures of coffee and the fact that I love coffee and I'm obsessed with coffee and this is how I like it and this is how I share it and all the things. I can tell you about me, here we go, through pictures of my family having fun and us doing like outings and things, and also through travel. That's always been a very, very important part to me because my dad is a pastor and I grew up moving my entire life. I have moved all over the country, all over the world, and so travel is kind of just ingrained in me. I can tell you about me through my friends and through my circle and through my people. I can talk about my business with pictures of the beach and how I can do my business from anywhere that I get data or Wi-Fi, that I can run my business from the beach, that I can run my business from a cruise, I can run my business from anywhere. I can talk about how this business has changed my family and the future for my kids. I can talk about my business and how it's so simple that I literally just share my results from Skinny Coffee and I share with other people and I get them started on products that are also going to change their lives through way of coffee. I can talk about my business through how it has afforded us the ability to do fun outings with my kids that we never could afford before, and to travel like we've never traveled in our lives. And I can talk about my business and how it has brought these amazing friendships. So you see here, I have 5 picture topics and I have 6 content topics. You guys, this is an entire month of pictures, of posts, of content planning. So you come up with your picture topics about the top. Think about the things that you have around you that you can constantly use for pictures. Do you love your pets? Do you take pictures around your house? Are you into gardening? Do you do yoga? Do you live in the mountains and you can take beautiful mountain pictures? Do you love to hike? Like, what can you take pictures of that you can talk about, those pillars that make you you? So then you write out the things, the actual pillars. Let me find it. There we go. The actual pillars that make you you. So you talk about you talk about your likes, your dislikes, what you love, what you know, all the things about you. I talk about my business. I talk about my faith. I talk about how this business has brought us financial freedom and peace of mind. I talk about being a mom, and I talk about travel. Now, this was just like off the cuff, like quickly me putting things together. I'm sure I could think of more topics and more pictures to write content about, but this, in a nutshell, is how you do a lot of content planning really quickly. So, in addition to this grid, which I will be using for my my nightly business post, sorry. I'll be using this for my nightly business post. So this is a month worth of content for my evening business posts. So then we go to, I'll do a different color. I'll do a squiggly line so you can see the separation here. So then we're going to come down, and part of our 6 list is posting 3 to 6 times a day. Now, I'm probably more along the lines of 3 times a day, but if you can post 6 times a day, the better, because the more you are available, the more you're posting, the more people are going to start watching you and show up. So we're going to just take, let's say, 6 posts. We'll just plan our 6 posts. This is 6 posts daily. Okay. So our first post of the day could be either a quote, a Bible verse, or just something motivational or funny. This is our first post of the day. You want people coming to your page to see what you're doing, to get inspiration, to be motivated, to be inspired, to see something funny, to be uplifted. You want your first post of the day to be something that just puts a smile on somebody's face, or something that really makes them think. Your second post could be about, we'll say a product. That could be coffee. That could be greens. Maybe you take your TFX first thing in the morning before a workout. That could be protein shake. After a workout. Could be collagen after a workout. Collagen has amazing protein. Could be anything. We're just going to say product, because a lot of us will do our product post in the morning when we're having our coffee, when we're taking our TFX, when you are mixing your celery first thing in the morning. I'm going to put celery in here. I was really consistent about celery when it came out, and then I just kind of fell off. Number 3, so we're going to say quote. We're going to say that's around 8 a.m. Product post, let's say 10 a.m. Or if you're an early riser, maybe you are like maybe you go to the gym at 6 a.m. before work, or 5 a.m. before work. You would just switch that, and you would do your product post at 5 a.m. when you are doing your workout, and maybe you have your protein or your celery or your whatever. You can just switch it. So whatever makes sense to your schedule, put that schedule in place. For me, it makes sense that I do a quote around 8. I don't even have coffee until very late in the morning because I wake up, I'm not hungry at all. Sometimes I have celery first thing, sometimes not. So for me, coffee I have around like 10 or 11, honestly. Like I have my coffee really late. That's the first time I have anything all morning. So 10 a.m. is product post for me. So my third post of the day, I like to do a before and after around lunchtime because that's when, so we're going to say 12 p.m., because that's when people are sitting down to have lunch, they're scrolling Facebook, they are seeing a before and after of weight loss. They're seeing a before and after of somebody who grew out their hair. They're seeing a before and after of somebody with clear skin. And so most of the time you want to put those things that make people really interested, the things that make them want to like reach out to you during the times when they are on and most likely to interact with you. If they're running out the door, they might scroll Facebook for a minute and see your quote or your product or your um, verse of the day or whatever, but they're not necessarily going to take the time to message you about it because they are on their way out the door or they're making their coffee and, whatever. So I love to post a before and after with a call to action around lunchtime. So like a, drop an emoji if you want more information about my skinny coffee bundle. Get in my inbox if you want information or pricing on the TFX or the triple thread or whatever. So I always put a before and after, and I do a call to action around lunchtime. Our fourth post of the day is going to be at 3, we'll say 3 or 4 p.m. This made the most sense for my schedule because I was picking my kids up from school at 3. And so your number 4 post is a lifestyle post. So for me, I would snap a quick picture as my kids got in the car when I was picking them up at school, and I would make a lifestyle post about how I had never been able to drop my kids off and pick them up from school before because I was a working mom, and how it was so important to me that I be there for all of those little moments. And something as little as just being able to pick up my kids from school in the afternoon instead of them riding the bus home was huge to me. So I would do a lifestyle post about my kids, and I would snap a picture of us. I would get a selfie of my kids behind me and me in the, in the car pickup line, and everybody would get in and buckle their seatbelts, and I would make them smile, and I would snap a quick picture of us in the car together. And I would just make a lifestyle post about being able to pick up my kids from school, because to that mom, that working mom who would love to be able to pick up her kids from school, who would love to not have to pay for daycare, who would love to be able to be the mom that can go on field trips, that resonates with them. That mom that can be present, because it's so difficult when you are a full-time working mom to be able to be there for all the things that you want to do. So I would typically do a lifestyle post for me around 3 p.m. Around 6 p.m. Actually, first it was 7 for a long time. My fifth post of the day was a business post. This was also my most time consuming post because it had, for me, I had to think about how can I say what I want to say and tell my story, because I was always taught that from the very beginning. You need to tell your story because facts tell, stories sell. And so when you tell your story and people connect with you and they resonate, they want to be a part of what you're doing. And so my business post, which is our fifth post, can you see that? Where we go? Fifth post today for me was around 7 p.m. This is going to be my business post because a lot of these, the quotes, I can find those on Pinterest really quickly. The product posts I can find on Pinterest or Facebook really quickly. Before and afters, Pinterest really quickly, or Facebook. We have a lot of these in Made for More. The lifestyle posts, that typically was just whatever we happen to be doing at 3 p.m. If we were in the car pickup line, I would snap a picture of us in the car pickup line. If we were at the pool, if we were at the beach, if we were wherever we were at 3 p.m., whatever we were doing, I found a way to take a picture and make a lifestyle post at 3 p.m. So 7 p.m. was my business post. That was my more thought out post of the day, talking about my business and what it has done for my family. Your business post also, you want it to be your best picture of the day. So you don't want your 10 a.m. product post to be this beautiful picture of you on the beach and your coffee in the background and all the things. And then your business post to be like, a picture of, a new customer or something, that you talk about how you love to help customers. Because even though that's great content to talk about how you love to help new customers and you love to really just help people change lives, whether it be financially or with their health. You love to help people, and that's what this business, that's a piece of what this business is doing for you. But you don't want your beautiful picture to be the 10 a.m. picture and then people to not see those pretty pictures in the evening, because those pictures are what is going to make people stop scrolling. That's going to want to make people read your content and read what you're doing, is when you have those beautiful pictures of your babies on the beach, of your kids sitting on the couch, and it doesn't have to always be this beautiful, perfect, edited, Instagram worthy picture, but it does need to be bright and clear, and it needs to be your business post. You do want it to be your best and prettiest picture of the day. And then for me, that sixth post of the day, I typically did around 9 p.m. I personally find that my posts do best when I space them out by about 2 to 3 hours, like 2 at minimum. 3 is a good range as well. So I would do my first 3 posts of the day, 8, 10, and 12, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 p.m. Then I would space out my last 3 posts to 3 p.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m. And that last post of the day would just be something about bringing engagement to my page. Engagement post. So that's something that gets people like talking. It allows people to like give their opinion. So the engagement post could be, and you can literally go to Pinterest and type in engagement post for Facebook. You can type in engagement post for content, or whatever, just whatever it is. Oh, and you guys can see I spilled water on my notebook. That engagement post, you want it to be something that is generating comments, opinions. It gets people talking. It gets people in your inbox. It gets people wondering what you're doing and wanting more information and all the things. Because the more engagement you have on a post, and the more people comment, and then you throw a heart on it, you reply, all of that back and forth engagement brings people back to your page over and over and over again. But now Facebook starts seeing that you are now relevant to more people. So now they are bumping up your algorithm, which just in a nutshell, it means your visibility. Out of your 5,000 friends, how much engagement you get on your posts and on your page in a day is how Facebook determines how many people they're going to show your post to. It's kind of crazy when you start researching the algorithms and how Facebook picks and chooses what they're going to allow your network to see of yours, and what they're going to bury, honestly, like literally bury to where nobody sees it. And so a couple ways that you can do that is by providing valuable content or fun content or things that get people talking. Because the more people to like and comment, engage with something, the more you are now going to show up in that person's newsfeed at the very top. Because now Facebook sees that you are creating content that is valuable, that people are engaging with, that you are somebody that people want to see. If you are sharing posts, this is a don't of the business. We've been talking about all the do's. One don't of posting is do not spam your wall. Do not share things. You don't want to share other people's content, other people's drawings and giveaways, other companies' promotions, music videos, gifts, pictures. You never, ever, ever want to use the share feature. If there's something that you feel like your audience just absolutely has to see, go into the original post, copy the link, and then paste the link to your newsfeed. But when you use the share button, Facebook literally lowers your algorithm, but they increase the other person's algorithm that you shared it from, because now they're seeing that that person came up with the valuable content that you are now sharing. So it says that you are not coming up with your own original content. You're not worth putting at the top of the thing, because this person is the one who is actually doing the creating of that content that everybody wants to see. So besides the fact that you don't want to lower your own algorithm by sharing, it also just clutters up what you're doing with your with your business. So Facebook is now your store. Like, yes, it's for personal. Yes, it's where your family comes to see things. But the beautiful thing about this business is how organically it does fit into your life. You should not immediately go from sharing pictures of your kids and posts about what you're doing and where you're going and what you're doing for dinner tonight to immediately being like, buy my coffee, buy my probiotic, buy my this, buy my that, join my team, blah, 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 blah. People do not want to see that, and people don't want to be sold to. What people want to see is how this business organically and naturally fits into your life. They want to see your family at the beach with you talking about how this business has provided you the ability to take a beach trip for the first time in 7 years, because now you have a little bit of extra income and you use this money to save for a family vacation. They want to see you drinking your skinny coffee in the morning. You're not talking about, would you like to lose weight? Try my skinny coffee. You're talking about, you're snapping a picture of your kids, running around the living room. Maybe it's a picture of you. So it would be like, obviously I'll snap a picture. I'll show you. So you do this. You're standing in your living room with your kids in the background and Legos all over the floor and your skinny coffee, and let's see, get a good angle. And you take a picture of your skinny coffee. Okay, let me show you. Now, obviously this is not can you see? Yeah, you can see. Okay, so obviously my screen would not be in the background. It would be your kids and Legos on the floor, or you guys outside on a picnic blanket, or whatever it is that you're doing. And you snap a picture about how, this coffee is giving you energy and mental focus and clarity as a busy mama with little ones running around the house. And, you're so grateful that you have your skinny coffee. You are not using a stock photo of beautiful coffee or an It Works bag. Like, that's no, 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 no. You want to leave enough mystery. You don't put It Works in the name. You don't put stock photos of products in the name. You talk about what you're doing and you leave enough mystery that people have to come to you, because now that puts them on your radar. That puts them in your follow-up list, because now you know that Aunt Kathy, hold on, that's Chris. Okay, now you know that Aunt Kathy was interested in the skinny coffee because she came to you. But if you say, I'm selling It Works keto coffee, let me know if you want some, then Aunt Kathy immediately goes to Google and she types in It Works keto coffee. And she does her own research, and maybe she decides she wants to try. Maybe she sees a bad review and she decides it's a scam and she doesn't want anything to do with it. And poor you've gotten caught up in a pyramid scheme, or whatever it is that she finds online. And just so you guys know, you are oftentimes going to find more ugly and negative results than good, because more people, if you're happy with a product, do you immediately jump over to go give it an amazing review? Like, I can personally tell you, probably like 9.9 times out of 10, no, I just happily go about my day using my product that I'm very, very happy with. If you are unhappy with your results and you want to go out and blast that company, you immediately jump onto social media and you give them a bad star. I mean, not that I do, but what I've seen is that people immediately, they will have a 5,000 calorie day and they eat awful and they don't exercise and they don't drink any water and they drink a glass of skinny coffee and they pop a few TFX tablets over the course of a week and they haven't dropped 5 pounds, and then they go blast the company because it doesn't work for them. It's a scam, the products don't work, blah, 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 because people want to get ugly and nasty. They're looking for a magic pill. They're not coming to you saying, hey, I bought this coffee. I'm drinking my coffee every day. I'm taking my TFX, but I'm not seeing any results. What do you recommend? Then that gives you the ability to be like, okay, let's talk about your diet. What are you eating in an average day? How much water are you drinking? Are you getting any activity? Tell me about this so we can work through it and I can help you tweak. So more often than not, people are not doing any of the right things. They're eating garbage. They are not drinking any water. They're not getting any activity, and they're expecting a magic pill. And when they don't get it, they go blast your company on Facebook or your products on Facebook or Google or wherever. And so, more often than not, if people are looking online for reviews of the company or reviews about something, you are almost always, and this is not just our company, this is literally across the board with most companies, most products, most whatevers. The naysayers are the ones who are the loudest. You are not going to find, if there's a million happy customers, they're not all going to go post for you or shout you out or talk about how amazing it is. They're going to just be like quietly satisfied with their products and their results. But those 100 people that expected a magic pill and didn't get it, they're the ones that make the most noise. And so when you quietly talk, or not quietly, when you leave a little bit of mystery in your post and you talk about, I'm drinking my skinny coffee, I have more energy than I've always had, I'm working with this company off of my phone. When you don't advertise, it works, keto coffee, skinny brew, when you don't tell the exact name and details and all the things of something that people can jump over to Google, they have to come to you and they say, hey, I keep hearing you talk about skinny coffee. I'm super interested. I've never even heard of skinny coffee. What is that? What are you even talking about? Then you can be like, oh my gosh, let me tell you about this skinny coffee. I was, honestly, I didn't know what to expect either when I started trying it. And girlfriend, let me tell you, I'm gonna be 100% real and honest. I didn't like it the first time I tried it, but I tried it a couple of different ways. I tried it like this and this and this, and all of these three ways, I loved it. I love it iced. I love it in coffee. I love it in a protein shake. I love it this way. I love it that way. So now you're giving them you're giving them a legitimate reason why you love it, how you tried it. You're being honest that maybe you didn't love it the absolute first time you tried it, because the way the company recommends that you make it on the back of the packaging is not my favorite. The company recommended way to make keto coffee is to mix it with 8 to 10 ounces of hot water. If you do that, it's a little bit bland. It's kind of buttery. It doesn't have much flavor at all. And I was not crazy about it. But what I tell my customers is, this is how I love the skinny coffee. This is what I love about it. This is what it's doing for me. This is how much weight I've lost. And now people are hearing your opinion of the products. They're not going to Google and listening to those ugly reviews about, I tried skinny coffee and it didn't work for me. Because more often than not, they didn't use as directed. They weren't drinking enough water. They didn't have a support system. They didn't even give their enroller a chance to give them to offer tips and advice. So you want to leave enough mystery about your products and your company that people have to come to you, because now that Aunt Kathy wants to try the coffee and you can have a conversation with her about it. You can have a conversation about your opinion of the products and how you like it best and what you're doing and how you're losing weight. But if Aunt Kathy goes to Google, you never even know that she's interested. So you always want to leave enough mystery about what you're doing to make people get in your inbox, because you have a chance to be the first voice that they hear about your company and about your products, and you can help overcome those objections, but you can also give tips and hints and advice on how you like it best and how you're using it and all the things. So that is, I know we didn't actually do any content planning this time. We just talked about it in an hour. And I am now going to sit down, and for the next hour, I'm actually going to plan out my month's worth of content in the next hour. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this grid, and I'm going to make all of my business posts from the grid. That's my most lengthy, time-consuming post of the day. So this is going to be in a nutshell, and I'm just going to write in the files of my computer, which will auto-share and auto-save to my phone. So I will go and write all of my content, and then I'll start looking for pictures to match with it. I like the app Evernote because it's cloud-based. So I can type on my computer and I can do a grid, and I can do all of my posts and all of my content. I can upload pictures. I can do all of that. And then I just jump over here when it's time to make a post, and I have the Evernote app on my phone. It's this green elephant. I have this Evernote app on my phone, that I can plan on my laptop because it's easier and faster for me to type and upload and copy paste and use a mouse. And I can plan a month's worth of content on Evernote. Then I have it ready to go and saved. So the thing that used to take me the most amount of time in my daily 6 list is now planned a month in advance. And so now I have all of my business posts in my grid that I'm going to now go to my content on evernote.com and I'm going to plan it and write it. My 30 quotes, I can go find 30 quotes, Bible verses, motivational things. I can find that on Pinterest in probably about 4 minutes. I could go find 30, like we'll say under 5 minutes. I could go find 30 quotes that I want to use that day, and I can go ahead and save them to Evernote. So I can go to Evernote and be like, okay, here's day 1, day 2, day 3, and I can go ahead and write all of those in. And then from Pinterest, when I go over to Pinterest, I can download all 30 of those. Then I take it back to Evernote and I just upload this to day 1, upload this to day 2, upload this to day 3. And in a matter of 5 minutes, I have now grabbed 30 quotes or verses of the day or motivational quotes or whatever, something funny, a funny GIF or whatever, or not GIF, like a meme. I can go find 30 of those from Pinterest, and I can now upload them really quickly and have 30 of my post number 1s planned in under 5 minutes. My product posts, a lot of times I take those the morning of, but I also have 2.5 years worth of products that I've been taking, pictures that I've been taking. So I can go and grab some previous pictures. I can also, that's super simple. If I'm making coffee in the morning, then I can just snap a picture in my kitchen, or celery, or if you're at the gym and you're drinking protein shake, that's something you can really easily go and grab a picture of that, either that you've already taken or you can take that on the spot. But I can go ahead and plan out 30 days worth of product posts. And most of us use the same products every single day. So if you use protein and collagen and greens and coffee, get like 4 to 5 products and make 30 posts for the whole month about that. Now, if you have those posts planned, you can easily go grab and post really quickly. But if you are not in the mood to post whatever you have planned, that's okay. It can be organic and it can be in the minute, but you always have a backup that's ready to go in case you're in a pinch and you don't have time to sit and write a quick post, or you don't have time to go make something and snap a picture of it. So if you go ahead and plan those quotes, you can get that done in 5 minutes on Pinterest. If you go plan those product pictures and the product information, you can find a lot of those in the team pages. Made for More doesn't have any of the before and after posts, but they do have a lot of the before and after pictures. You can go to the Fire Tribe, Freedom Legacy, Signing Loyal Customers. Those are 3 pages on Facebook that all have content and product information and things that are already written that you can go copy, paste, and then change it to make it sound like you. You never, ever, ever want to straight copy anybody else's work, because just like a share, if Facebook recognizes the exact same text, the exact same format, the exact same everything, then they lower the visibility of that. So you want to go copy, change it to make it yours, and then paste it. Change it to make it sound like you too. If somebody else talks different or they say different words, I don't say y'all. I was never raised saying y'all. I live in the South. Everybody around here says y'all. I don't say that. It sounds silly to me, but other people do. So if you copy and paste somebody that says, hey y'all, just, drinking my skinny coffee this morning. If you don't say y'all, don't post y'all, because everybody's going to know it didn't sound like you. Those before and after pictures and quotes, you can find those again in the Fire Tribe, Freedom Legacy, Signing Loyal Customers. You can find a lot of before and after pictures, and you can find there is a thread in the Fire Tribe called Posting Tips. You can go to that. You can literally just type in the Facebook search bar, Posting Tips. Like if you're in the Fire Tribe, go to the Fire Tribe team page, type in Posting Tips, and there is a thread with a ton of before and afters and posts that have been already made. So you can go grab a before and after picture, and you can grab the post and then make the post sound like you and then upload it. So that's a great way to just utilize something that's already done, change it to make it sound like you a little bit, and go for it. The lifestyle posts, again, that's really not going to be something that you can certainly pre-plan it, especially if you know what you're going to be doing that week. If you sit down and look at your calendar and you're like, okay, Sundays are church days, Wednesdays are church nights, Saturdays are beach days, and you know what you're going to be doing, you could go ahead and pre-write posts for that day, talking about how you are, enjoying the day with your family, you're going out to lunch with a friend, or, whatever the lifestyle post happens to be that day. If you're planning a family game night maybe you have a standing family game night on Tuesdays, and you know that every single Tuesday, your number 4 post is going to be family game night. Then go ahead and pre-write a post on family game night. So if you are looking at your calendar of like your monthly, just the regular things that are always there, go look at your calendar and what is already scheduled in. If you have a doctor's appointment, go ahead and pre-write a post about how you can work your business from the waiting room of a doctor's appointment. And then when you get there, you just snap a picture of your notebook or your phone, or I guess you can't snap a picture unless you have an extra phone, but maybe snap a picture of you sitting in the doctor's office and your planner is on your lap, and you take a picture from like up looking down, snap a picture of your planner on your lap and how you can work your business from the doctor's office, how you signed a customer from the dentist office, or whatever. So go and take a look at your calendar and what's already built in, and for those lifestyle posts or for the content posts, or whatever it is that is already coming up, make that part of your calendaring. The business posts, you're going to already have your grid for that. You're going to have ideas about the pictures you're going to take, or maybe you already have, and the topics you're going to talk about. And then for your engagement post, that is a great time to do your giveaway, to do your monthly. You certainly don't want to post about your giveaway every single night, but at least a couple times a week. That engagement post at 9 p.m. can be a giveaway post. It can be a show me your first date in a GIF. Those can get really funny. Show me your fur baby that would be a chance to win. That is your giveaway, but you get the picture. You could do something that's just as simple as, I had a post one time, one of the ones that blew up, and I had like probably close to 2,000 comments. It's one of the highest posting or highest commented on posts I had at all. It was a grid of 4 pictures, and it said, if you could choose a place to live, or if you could choose a house, which house would you choose? And it was like this beautiful mountain cabin, a beach cottage, a ranch style, or like a farmhouse with, beautiful rolling hills behind it. And I don't even remember what the other one was. Mountains, beach. Oh, city. It was like this beautiful like city, like high ceiling apartment, that you could see like a skyline in the background. So it was like, if you could choose a place to live, where would you choose? City, farmhouse, mountainscape, or beach cottage. And people just love to vote. Besides the fact that every single one of them were gorgeous pictures, and you might want to choose all of them, but it gave people something to talk about. It gave people a chance to like daydream for a minute about living in a beach cottage, about living in a apartment in Manhattan with a skyline view. It gave people an opportunity to give their opinion. And so that one post, I had like close to 2 or maybe more than 2,000 comments. I don't remember, but people were commenting left and right, left and right, left and right. And it kept going. That's another thing. You don't always have to post a brand new, like if you have a giveaway post from 3 nights ago and you are still 3 days later getting comments on that, do an engagement post that's just funny, or something that's going to like make people laugh and get comments, but don't do a new giveaway post. You just want to continue to go back and boost the original post. Because if you posted something a week ago and you had 78 people like or comment, and then you go back and you just say something as simple as, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited about this giveaway. I'm still getting your names entered. Let me know if you haven't gotten your name in the drawing yet. But when you can literally just be, post something as little as like, I'm so excited about this giveaway. And just you putting a comment on that post from 3 days ago or a week ago is going to now bump it to the top of everybody's newsfeed again. And now those 78 people are going to get a notification that somebody else posted on it, but it's also going to keep dinging that same thing. So if you can keep one post going an entire month long, it's better than posting 30 times every single night, for algorithm purposes, and also just because now more people are seeing that more people are posting on that and liking and commenting and engaging. So that was 46 minutes, but now we have talked about how you can plan all of your posts, which I'm now going to take the next hour and plan an entire month of content in my next hour with my business posts in the grid, because that is my most time consuming. And most of these I can go ahead and plan from Pinterest or from a Facebook team page. The lifestyle posts are going to be a lot of just in the moment things, but this is your ideal. If you can post 6 times a day, spread it out every 2 to 3 hours, you're going to get a lot of traction. More people are going to be coming to your page. In addition to posting regularly, adding new friends and engaging with those new friends is so vital. And when you have this much content, people have a lot of reasons to engage with you. They have a lot of things that they can find to comment on, whether it be a motivational quote, a business post, a family picture of you guys at the beach, a picture of you and your kids in the back seat going to grab a donut, talking about a new bonus you just earned, talking about how your team is doing a giveaway. Those are things that give people many, many, many opportunities to like and comment and engage with you. And the more things you can put out there, the better. So 3 to 6 is the sweet spot. Typically, we like to say no more than 6, just because you do want to give it a minute to breathe. And ideally, 3 to 6, that 3 to 6 range gives people a lot of content. Now, I for sure am not perfect with this, and I forget, and some days I get to the end of the day and I haven't done anything. But that's why, and then I go post a couple times from 6 to 9 p.m. I'll post, once or twice, trying to get caught up. But if you have everything pre-planned, this is where you stay on task for the whole month. And then a huge portion of your 6 list is already taken care of because you have a month of content ready to go. So now your 6 list of post every day is taken care of. Check, you already got that done and taken care of. Add to your network. That's a super simple, not time consuming at all piece of your 6 list. You can do that in under 5 minutes a day. Is add to your network on Facebook and Instagram. Add to your stories. Those you're also going to find on Facebook. You can do screenshot, or not Facebook, in Pinterest. You can also long hold to make the other person's picture go away, and you can screenshot other stories, other beautiful put together professional looking stories that are already made for products or before and afters, whatever. So those 3 pieces are not time consuming: liking and commenting, adding to your network, adding stories, your daily self-development. That's going to be something that you can also build into your day that doesn't take extra time, because you can do it while you're in the shower, while you're cooking dinner, while you're doing laundry, while you're commuting or driving somewhere. So the main things that are going to now take up pieces of your day are liking and commenting, adding to your network, adding stories, and now doing follow-up and adding to your master list, whether it be paper or Excel spreadsheets or both. And now you have knocked down your daily work time to an hour or less, because you've already planned all of the content. So I hope this was super helpful. I am going to be doing some trainings on creating stories and taking pictures and apps to use, but this was all about content and planning and posts. So I hope this was helpful. I love you guys a lot. Let me know if you have any questions. I will touch base with you soon. You guys have an amazing July 4th.